How's it going, guys, and welcome back to the Metal Rebellion. I'm your host, Jesse Morgan, aka Slammerella, and holy fuck, it has been 3 months since I've actually done something with the backup channel here, and I think it's time to get back on the fucking wagon and start doing some updates again, or videos. These aren't really updates, these are just more of a run through of my current collection. Anywho, before we get started, I do want to give a little bit of a shout out and promotion for my skateboarding friends up in Northern Ontario in the False Assault Skateboard Company. They still have some decks in size 8.5, so if you're a skater or have a friend who skates or a cousin or a family member that skates, these are some super quality ass decks. I skated one for about 2 or 3 months. It lasted really well, had excellent concave, excellent pop. It still probably has another 2 or 3 months worth of life in it, but I didn't want to fuck up the graphic too much because it's really cool and it's a friend of mine. So yeah, if you skate and you need a good deck and you skate 8.5s, I think they might even have 8.25s left, but mostly 8.5s. Get over there and check it out. I will be leaving a link in the description box below. Please go do that and help out my friends in Northern Ontario. Next is what you came here for, some slam. Alright, so the first thing on the docket today is some glossectomy. This is Impediments from Dysplasia. This is their 2014 EP. They are a slam and brutal death metal band from Tokyo, Japan. They started in 2001 and are currently on hold. I'm not exactly sure why or what the deal is, but I think more from glossectomy would be nice. So get back together, guys, and make some more tunes, because you guys were fucking heavy as balls. Besides this, they have 2 demos in 2003 that were named like Practice or Rehearsal or something. They also have members from other bands such as Viscera Infest and Vagitomy. So if you know those bands, definitely check out Glossectomy. Great pounding, brutal, slamming death metal with some of the wackiest but awesomest slamming, like, guttural vocals you've ever heard. So yeah, really need some more down the pipeline from these guys sometime soon. So please get back together, I don't know what the deal is, and make some more fucking tunes. So yeah, cheers. This is Glossectomy with Impediments from Dysplasia. This is sick stuff. Alright, next we have the debut album and only album from Goemagot, who I used to pronounce Geomagot, but it's Goemagot. And this is their 2013 album, Eradication of Insignificant Beings. That glare is pissing me off. Fuck that glare. Alright, so once again, this is slam, but with some like technical, brutal death metal thrown in for good measure. Cool guys from New York, USA, I think Rochester to be specific, but I'm not quite sure. They started in 2011 and went till about 2018 before splitting up. For this, they had a demo called Parasitic Incineration in 2012, and they also had a split called Horrendous Forms of Human Ruination in 2015, which I also have. So yeah, this was an amazing album. They released a single called Bigot after this. I think that also made it onto the split, but this was definitely one of the biggest hitters for me. 2013 had this excellent album drop, and we were all the better for it. So yeah, this was some great stuff. Unfortunately, they split up before getting around to making that next full length, so sadly this and the Human Ruination split is all we have from Goemagot, but it was really good stuff. I mostly enjoyed this album a lot, but they also had those couple of songs that were on, once again, the Horrendous Forms of Human Ruination split. Next is a interesting band. This is Gore Instinct with Invasion of the Body Slammer. Now, this was, I believe, released in 2013. It was kind of their only EP they ever released. They never released a full-length album. This is some pretty good brutal slamming death metal from Bandung, Indonesia. Basically the slam and brutal death metal country of choice for all things brutal and heavy. These guys started in 2012 and are still going apparently till today. I have no idea what else they're doing or why it's taking so long to release something else. I mean, 2013 till now is like 6 years, so you think they'd be able to put out something else within 6 years. But this is pretty good. A lot of interesting songs: Rancid Cadaveric Fluids, Invasion of the Body Slammer, Maggots, Gnaw Intestines. So yeah, released on Morbid Generation, but besides that, they were known as Victim of Gore from about 2011 till 2012. So there's an interesting little nugget for you. Alright, next, you're never going to find this. I'll be very surprised if you can find a copy of this. This is Gorged Bile with their first and debut EP from 2012 called The Rotting Abyss of Time. They are a brutal death metal band from Moscow, Russia. Also released on Morbid Generation Records. Now, they started in 2012 and released, I think, yeah, 2 albums, that being Absterged from Hominal Patterns in 2015, and then the second album, Origin of Contempt, in 2016. Now, these guys are currently on hold. Once again, don't really know the situation or why they're on hold, but this was actually really good, and it was part of the Morbid Generation Records Underground Series, number 2. They have about 10 or 11 of them. I've got 10. I'm not sure if they did any more after that, though. But if you could find this, it's really good. It's not your average kind of brutal death metal. It's got its own kind of flavor to it. It's got its own personality. Very good. And after they moved on from the Rotting Abyss of Time, they started getting into more, this is going to sound weird, but mainstream brutal death metal and slam sound. They start to sound more like their peers, and they kind of move away from the sound they have on this. Not a lot, but by the time that you get to Origin of Contempt, I'm sure it sounds way different than this. I personally prefer this, but yeah, if you can find this on YouTube or wherever, definitely check it out and give it a listen. This is really interesting. Anyways, this is 2012's EP by Gorged Bile entitled Rotten Abyss of Time. Highly worth your time in checking it out. Alright, next band that I'm going to be talking about is Gorepot. I only have 2 of their albums in a split, that being Fermenting the Chiba Seeds, that was released in 2012. That's their 3rd album. Very interesting artwork. I guess you definitely have to be high or on something to, you know, see stuff like that. But yeah, these guys have a very eccentric style of slam and brutal death metal mixed with like samples and weird kind of glitchy noises, and they've got some really funny, humorous movie clips and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely check out this album. This is probably my favorite album by them. Really, really good stuff. The song titles are absolutely hilarious, like Procrastinating Hitler Porn, Gay Cum Tunnel, Queerland is the New Disney. They even have a song called Like Our Page on Facebook, Brown Carded and Yellow Listed. Like the song lists go on, and they're absolutely hilarious. So definitely check out Gorepot if that's your thing. I'm not into pot, I'm not into drugs, but this music is just a good time. So there you go. Anywho, next is their 4th album in 2014. This is called All You Can Smoke. More alien, abstract art themes going on there. Really love that logo. Very cool. Wouldn't mind getting a shirt of that sometime in the future. Just that logo. Or maybe like an alien on it. Hopefully nothing drug related. But yeah, this kind of continues on where Fermenting the Chiba Seeds left off. Has a little bit less of the clips and humor, but still has like a good sense of humor about it. Yeah, it's really interesting stuff. A lot of dope or pot references in here. There's also some hilarious song titles like Vajayjay Parade, Kentucky Fried Nipples, The Anus Circle of Idiots, Getting Lit with the Clit. Like God damn, like these guys are very amusing and highly entertaining. So, yep. So that's that from 2014, their fourth album, All You Can Smoke. And the other thing I own by them, besides Girls, Guts, and Ganja, which I consider more of a necrofuckphilia split, but there is this split that came after that album. This is For Formidable Forms, and it's a split with Parasitic Ejaculation, Traumatomy, and Intestinal Alien Reflux. All excellent bands. Highly recommend this split. Lots of good tracks. Just sort of the who's who of some of the neater slam and brutal death metal bands, like especially Parasitic Ejaculation and Traumatomy. Intestinal Alien Reflux are more of like a slammy grindcore band, sort of like a Borning or Goremonger. But yeah, so anyways, definitely make sure you check that out if you're into slam or brutal death metal. But besides that, Gorepot started in 2008. They're still going till the present. They're from Taiwan. Excellent brutal death metal. They used to be kind of like a one-man grindcore band for the first album, which was Happy Hour in 2019. I didn't even know about that album. I thought Extreme Bongfest, which was released in 2011, was their first album. Nope, that's their second album apparently. And besides those and the ones I just shown, they also have In Pot We Trust from 2015, the fifth album. A Friend with Weed is a Friend Indeed from 2017, which is their sixth album. And Asian Stoned Effect from 2018, which is their seventh album. And besides that, they also have 3 more splits, Girls, Guts, and Ganja being one of them. I can't remember the names of the other 2, but needless to say, they have a lot in their discography, so there's a lot to check out and hopefully a lot to enjoy. So, yeah, wow. A lot of cool stuff to check out for sure, guys. Hopefully this will whet your palate and give you something new to check out in the world of slam and brutal death metal. And before I go, slam shirt of the day to my boys in Flesh of the Lotus. Some pencil tucky death and slam and core all mashed into one. Really good stuff. Highly recommend you check out Vicissitude. Hopefully they're coming up with some stuff really soon. And that is it. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like. Hopefully we'll have some more videos coming up here very soon. Cheers. For glory, for the Rebel Alliance. Slammerella out.